Right? Okay. So I don't know how long I'll stream for. Kind of an impromptu stream, just for fun. Because I just want to share the progress that I have been making on this project, the set list and the set session concept. And I'm getting it pretty good here. So on two different devices, and I noticed that the resolution on one is not the same as the other. Particularly when I do the modify set list. And this screen, now that I combined it into one window, I'm going to get rid of the extra one. So it should all be contained in the one window now. And then we should be able to hit the add button on any of these songs. But particularly I want to do this 8-second song so it's quick. Hit add. And see, that's what I'm having issue with. This, what is it, this particular variable here, or the height, choose arrangement for song. It's not tall enough where I could see it. It's kind of bothering me. Difference between REQ height and W and just height. Set list frame, root frame, parent frame, modify, add. Not there yet. Plus parent frame height, maybe. Hard getting the correct dimensions. I just don't want to put like a number 100, but I guess I'll have to. Still didn't work though. Am I even modifying the correct area? I don't think I am. There's two different areas. Add selected. Oh, right. I missed it here. That's why. Or this. That list. Modify. Add. There we go. Still, I don't like the position of the application on the screen initially. It's not in the center of the screen like I'm trying to get it. I have to reposition it. Center of screen. Whoa, interesting. Now that worked. Let me try putting that in other areas. Or reuse this in multiple areas. Resize, recenter, whatever. So let's try that. What is it when I go from modify? Create interface, create window, do interface. Will this work? Modify. Wait, no, it didn't work initially. Focus. I mean, force focus, that's the method in tkinter. So yeah, I know it's not exciting. I'm not sharing the source, sharing the user perspective. When you make a set list in a session and have a track, and here's, oh, you don't see it, dang it. Hold on. Creator vision. Trying to get the window to show on the stream here. Maybe this one? There's one window, I'm just changing its name. Its title name. So, oh, because I bumped up the version, right, since the last stream. Okay, so there's a session. I mean, sorry. I was working on recently the concept of this, like it's not as simple. There's two different flows on accessing the session menu here. And one is by the user manually going in and pressing the set session button. And then the other one is when you go play a song all the way through, it goes through the process of checking the session. And in this case, I have no session for today. It goes by a day, every day. So it just strikes midnight, so I don't have any session for today. And with that, it says, please create one. Session or set list doesn't really have that. Like, I don't have a set list for today, June 2nd, but it's not as picky. It doesn't require you to have one, at least yet, until you play a song and you get a session. But even then, it's lenient. I could play 10 songs before getting a proper track list, but whenever I do get it for that day, it'll add all those songs I played in the day. And if I miss it today, there's another synchronization I could do elsewhere for all the previous data. Oh yeah, so that's one thing I did too. So I fixed the. Oh, I have two windows displaying. That's annoying. What is this other window? Session screen? No. Okay. So this one, what I adjusted as well is when you click one of the songs. Okay, so this is a set list view, right? The main thing I worked on recently was having three different views on one area. So what I mean by that is you have this initial set list view, and then the set list details view. And so you click on one of the set lists and it changes the set list details view. Oh, I don't like that flicker. Oh, I don't like that. Hold on. I just changed that now recently. Let me get rid of this root geometry stuff. Get back right back into it and can't speak. All right, modify. The main thing I was testing was, hey, why is there two windows? Hold on. Get rid of that second window. Not that one. What window is this? Song Creator Vision? Well, okay. okay, back anyways. So what I was trying to test was when I click the modify set list add button, see it's not showing the full height. So I broke it again because there's two different actions of that. There's one add button in the modify and there's one add button in the create. So there's three different states of this one particular set list. So you go to the set list, modify set list, and you go through the song, you click add, and there we go. Now it just adds too much height, but whatever. And then you choose the arrangement. I chose the lead for, hold on, what happened? Okay, there it is. I did add the song. So that's one thing I had to fix too when you add the song, or actually the part of the pre-adding. Here, hold on. What happened is, so you see set lists have sessions, and if I don't have a set list for today and a session for today, then it's going to keep track of all the songs. So let me just play like 3 songs in a row or something. This ghost test, 8 seconds long. Debug mode on, it's saying I'm getting 100% accuracy. I'm hitting all the notes just to test some stuff. All right, now excuse the width and height of this thing. Shouldn't be that stretched. Okay, so now I'm gonna hit close. Please create new session. I don't want to. Oh, okay, so that's gonna error out. For some reason it does recursion. See recursion? It's like, why are you doing recursion? So you have to investigate each flow. And in this particular flow, and then I even did my own workaround of singleton, right? So I don't have singleton. Because what happens is when you create 2 different objects of the same one, it loses some of the data, and I need some of that data in particular ordering of the steps. But I'm just going to debug here. This is assessment. This is all like hastily put together within a couple of days. This is like a large scope. Having to rewrite or place another layer over the current um, like how, the whole flow. This whole idea of sessions and set lists is changing the whole flow for the user, right? Like I'll be able to just like plan a set list, and then by the time I'm ready to play, it'll just like bam, it just saves some time for the user in the end, and also adds tracking. It could track the stats and stuff. I didn't even get to demo the one thing I wanted to demo because I got distracted by something. And let me look at this flow. So this is for session screen, no session found. Please create a new session. So, and there's a bug when I hit the close. Because I wanted to add a close. I didn't want to add just okay. But then that made things weird. Just because of the way I programmed the thing. So the issue is when I do no session found, I have to track that flow and how I did that again. Okay, right here. Close, cancel, run, process. So I'm just gonna debug. So I'm just gonna keep adding songs to today. So by the time eventually I get there, it's gonna say, hey, you played this song this many times. I see the log of it and things like that. So I got debug mode on. I got some breakpoints. So this action I want to do is just playing a song all the way through. When the song stops, the session stuff kicks in. So particularly fast song helps debug. Okay, so I'm gonna hit close again. Debug breakpoint activated. Okay. So at this point, I already hit close. Yet, hold on, let's go to the next. Show pre-screen, run, process, play date. Um, Hold on, I'm looking at this. Where is this song time process after song stop time? Okay, the problem is that it still keeps going even though I press cancel or close. So let me just try to stop this particular flow from proceeding where it shouldn't. That maximum recursion thing error stuff, like that should not be occurring, but it is because of, I'm not, hold on, what's that function called? It's, oh, I was just there. Show, oh, I could track it. Okay, is it right here? No. Process, song, somewhere, okay. By the time I clicked, it's like I have two different actions going on for the same thing. By debugging another breakpoint. See, my style of programming is um, minuscule progress across 1,000 compiles. Time consuming, but it's a matter of understanding how to have complex writing not conflict. So many layers. And I just go in without any form of design, just think it through while I'm writing, programming. Okay, so okay, called it right now. Show pre-screen stuff. There we go. Check if session exists. Yeah, it's calling it twice, that's why. Something. Like I'm just thinking, what's the best way to resolve this? Because it's calling it twice. And let's see. Um, we're going to another area I gotta look at on to new through to new photos. Sorry, I'm just trying to get to this particular part. Do new true. If open. Let's try this. Um, Debug again. I need to understand the current flow a bit more. So I just have to go through the session while after the song stops. Because I want the two different flows. Maybe some days I'll purposefully add a session. Some days I'll just play. I just want it to be either flow. So it's a matter of getting them both to work. Okay, so do new. This is the part where it shows it. Okay, let me try something. because it shows it right there, and then it'll show it again after. Let's see what happens when I change it slightly. Same flow. Will it do the same step at the same time? Just did a line change to see. Same flow. Start, go through the song all the way through. I wonder if I should overclock my CPU. Anyways, here we go. So let's look at the result there. Right there it would have called it, but it didn't. Now I'm doing the breakpoint, continuing it. Error. Session screen has new attribute label. Well, that's very helpful. That is, I see. The one statement that I missed. Next. All right, let's go. Getting closer. This might be it. Start over. Song all the way through. Keep going. And nope, it's even worse because it didn't display at all. That's interesting though. If I get rid of that, let's do it again. Just understanding the current flow. Close it, start again. Keep going. Okay, right here is where it asks. And I hit close. It's gonna go through it again. I want to see where it goes through it. Right here. Let me try something. Let me try adding a variable. Session screen on. When I open it, hold on. Free screen. Let me double check it before I try it again. Right. Debugger again. There we go. Next, it asked it. Okay, I'm gonna hit close. Keep going. Next. Oh, dang it. Of course. Did I spell it wrong? Oh, it's the manager I did? I thought it was the screen. All right. Oh, I did the wrong one. Of course. Try again. Take any feedback. It's good. Lets me know how close I am. But let's try that again. By the time I get there, like I said, it's gonna have a bunch of songs in the track list to do. Well, breakpoint reached. Let's go to the next breakpoint. Close. Next breakpoint. Okay, here we go. And then maybe it'll work. Okay. And then that looked like it worked fine. Let me try it without the debugger. It stopped the second process from going through. As it should have, but I just had to tweak it a little bit. Yeah, it's another variable. I've got memory, I could handle it. Forget how many gigs this was when I ran it, but I remember thinking I have a lot to spare, even with OBS running on the streaming laptop. So let's go to close. There we go. Okay, now we're gonna do the session where I hit, okay, create a session. Give it any number. I have to make sure it's a numeric value. I don't know what will happen if I hit string. It shouldn't accept. It shouldn't even accept it. Before I try that, I don't want to break it, but let me try fixing it. Instead of ask string, ask integer. Okay, let's see how this goes. Try again. So that's showing that I'm hitting the notes, although it's a bit off when it's not. I don't know how to describe it. On the M3 Max, if I do a high power performance mode, it's fine. So I'm thinking maybe it's like a bit of CPU overclock, perhaps. I'm thinking of anything. I'm trying to think of anything to get it work better. No session found. This time I'll do that. Hey, still let me do. That's not good. Please enter the session number. Oh, I'm thinking of something. Session number. What area did I enter? Prompts for session number? Generate track list. I don't know. I'm looking for sequencer goodies. What is sequencer goodies? Trying to go through flow without getting distracted too much. But it's okay. Writing is fun. I'm tempted to press save on session number when I'm expecting integers, not a string, just to see what happens. Glad I would eliminated the ability to type in string, but I think I must have edited the wrong area. Oh, I did setlist screen, not session screen. Dang it. Read frame, session number, text. It's fun not looking at source code, isn't it? Entry form, create frame, okay. Session number entry. This is tkinter. Needs to be some prevention. Well, yeah, it's an error because right now it's not, there's no prevention of doing, it's gonna try to query it and it'll error. Let me just write a to do and I'll come back. Um, to do assert session number is indeed integer, not string. All right, let's just assume that's integer. New session, session, or yeah, session, new session, and then, wait, no, something's off. I broke it again. Um, yeah, it's missing a flow. Something's off. Called a sequencer. Okay, as far as you're saying, this is a sequencer. MIDI type music. Okay, well, I mean, you can do MIDI, but here, let me try to show you another perspective of what this is. Let me try to share another window. You see, here's this. Are you familiar with Guitar Pro by any chance? Rocksmith, Guitar Hero, whatever. Okay, so I have my program here, Song Creator, and it's got a bunch of different variables. Like we got the key of E, scale, blues, tempo, number of measures, all these different variables. I'm gonna hit generate, and then you see now this window just generated the song. Do I have this sound on? See, when you say MIDI, that makes me think of the pickup on my guitar that I could play on guitar and as a MIDI and take that signal and make it a drum so I could play drums with my guitar and play bass with my guitar. And that's one thing I was actually thinking of doing because if you look at the song creator, I have tabs for piano, drum, piano, and bass to make those arrangements. And I was intending on actually playing them with guitar. But yeah, this program reads and writes Guitar Pro 5 sheet music. Um, yeah, let me see if I could enable sound. Do I have sound on? Hold on, yeah, I do. Let me switch to headphones though. I have so many speaker choices. Hold on. It's, you hear that? Yeah, okay, let's try it again. Okay, when you say randomized, there's there's a bit more control to that than just randomness. There's the priority system when you determine what note lengths you want to choose. Um, yeah, you can do pure random. Actually, I have in right here in the measure. It's been a while, I forget exactly what this does, but there's different settings. Like there's one system priority, like it chooses the number of times been chosen, tries to balance it out. But then there's this setting where it's just random, where it just says, okay, here's a list of eligible, whatever one, choose it. But there's different settings. I think this priority one is where it chooses the strings and frets, which is what I've been working on. Priority system. So the idea is like each note length for each arrangement, you have a priority for each note length, and that's how you determine. And there's different presets that I have, like I think it's this one. No, that's a priority preset, not the note length preset. Oh, wait. No, somewhere. I thought there was another preset. Okay, there's an interval preset. I thought there was another one for note length. I just forgot. Let's see. I'm just go through every tab here. This project is so large now. It's like over 2 years. Wait, no, it's actually year. What is December? October 2021 from now. But anyways, just looking for a preset here. Oh, that's for something else. Standard. Good thing I got a README, right? I'm saying like what each one does. But so there's two aspects of it, the song creator and the song visualizer. When you say this being MIDI, it's like it's actually me plugging in my real guitar and playing like Guitar Hero, like Rocksmith. So it's not really, I mean, you can do MIDI, but for me, it's like plug in the guitar and then um, I get different stats on it. Let's go to Canon Rock. And I go to stats and I go to April 20th, the last time I played it. Different stats. I'm working on the stats screen, but what I just did recently is a better view of the data. Like if I want to go here, this is what I've been meaning to demo earlier. Oh, I broke it. Hold on. It, where is it broken at? Hold on. That's why I have like many different branches on Git. Okay, so I'm flow broke it, but I'm back here in the set list screen and I want to go to, let's go to March 12th. So on March 12th, I played all these songs, and this is based on the note log JSON files that are generated every time I play the song, and I have my guitar plugged in, and it logs everything, hits notes, hits, miss, accuracy, all these things, the tempo. So that's what I want to show. So now, okay, so I'm viewing the set list on the top, and on the bottom one, I'm viewing a particular song on the set list. Let's do Jerry C. Canon Rock. You can see I played it 93 times. Total playtime 8 hours. This is just 2024 alone. And when I click the song, you get all these different tables because I've been working on getting all this stuff in a database from a JSON file and then some. And so when you go to this output frequencies in particular, ooh, did I break it? Let's see. Dang, I could have sworn I was working earlier. Well, I guess it's broken. Oh wait, no, I know why. When I implemented this, I found a bug in. Oh, let me see if I can show it. In the notes. Yeah, this is a really large. It expanded the width. Excuse me, expanded the width of it quite large. But look at the bug I found in this. I caught my own bug. Um, so this notes table. It's like every note of a playthrough when I have a guitar plugged in, and it says like all the information. So in this particular case, let's go back to Canon Rock. Let's go to notes. Okay, so you see I have Canon Rock, you have a bunch of notes, so many different things going on, different variables. And in particular, so the way this works, it ties into, well, I guess you can see my source code to an extent. That's how databases work, huh? but you can't see the relationship of the schema. But and okay, so this particular, I'm viewing the notes. Um, so the notes, there's another table that has, okay, look at this output node ID. Let's, there's a bug in the one that I chose for these output node ID, because what happens is I have to fix it by doing a database or fixing a database, but it's okay. I fixed the code, so I just have to drop the database and redo it. But it's because what happens is each chord I have a different tuning, right? So there's drop C, there's E standard, there's open G, there's open E, drop D, whatever. Am I missing some? I don't know. But let me actually um, fix the database, and when I do that, I'm gonna put the terminal on the window to show the different queries or the log of it. Hold on. Python terminal. Okay, window titles must match. All right. So what I'm gonna do first, before I do that, is go to this screen right here. And this is where this is, this is just to get me so I don't have to code things to test certain things. Or I could just press buttons. So right now, the red is not doing that. The green is doing that. So right now, I don't want to sync song stats because that'll do the database stuff. All I want to do is just destroy the table, update this, all the database stuff. So I'm going to destroy the table and all that. So I'm going to hit sync, but when I hit sync, I'm going to show this Python terminal. So first I hit sync, and then when I do this, this should fix the whatever I was just looking at for the output frequencies because it'll fix the chord ID because I put it. Okay, the only thing though, this is going to take a long time, right? So what's going on is it's looking through. There's about 400 some um, files of note logs, and it's going through every single note log. And when you go through that, the note log has information for every single note that you saw, like each string, each fret, um, quite a lot of information. And it's kind of a lot of data. I think it's like 30 some thousand rows of notes or some. I have to look at it again. I actually made a chat bot I could ask. I asked it stuff like, hey, how many notes have I played? And it was some ridiculous number. And the chatbot is going through Grok right now. I'm using multiple layers, right? So you have a layer to grab the SQL, then you have a layer to execute it, then you have a layer to describe the answer. But it's kind of cool. Maybe I could demo it in a couple of minutes. This will take a couple minutes. Like we're only at song 30 and it goes up to song 400. And there's several queries after this. You'll see. It'll go by quick after this, but you can see it's going through the note log. See, looking at file. This is like the matrix terminal on your screen, right? So looking at file drop C, kill switch engage, daylight dies lead, January, February, day, month, year, hour, second, timestamp, file name, different stats in there, and accuracy, average tempo. That's the main thing I'm doing on this program is I'm modifying the tempo dynamically whenever I play it. Uh, Sorry, I didn't look at chat. I didn't see you here. Hi, welcome. Welcome to the 1 a.m. stream. Just, this is what I typically program that I don't usually share. I'm trying to like stream and share it, but I'm not trying to share the source code. So you're gonna have to look at the boring user side. Um, so this idea of the session and set list, I'm trying to get before I start playing again. And there's a lot of stuff going on, whatever you want to chat about. I don't know how entertaining it is to look at a loading screen here, or how much I could talk. More of a programmer. But let's see, song 74. Like I said, it's got like 400 some songs. Can't really do much while it's processing this. So I think I have another bug. It's interesting. It was working when I had it all in different windows, but I'm trying to condense all the set list, the session stuff in one particular window. A parent frame and a root. So this is called the tkinter mod, Python library, tkinter, tkinter. It's like a built-in GUI. It's very friendly to the database stuff that I'm doing. It's called a tree. So you could easily add the columns from the database dynamically, and it updates the width of the window. That's one thing I'm learning too. Is like, well, I mean, of course, you have to clean up the buttons after you add the buttons, and when you close the menu, so that way when you come back to the menu a second time, you don't see two stacks of buttons because you deleted it this first stack after you exited it the first time. There's a whole lot of things, especially because I'm trying to have the session and the set list be two flows. I want the user to be able to open and play any song and then not worry about setting the session and set list until after the song ends. And then I want the user to manually open the session and set list and set them beforehand. And getting those two flows to work is a bit tricky for some reason. So I have a set list screen, a session screen, and a set list manager and a session manager. And the session and the set list are kind of similar. So since 2013, I've been playing the guitar, right? Well, I mean, recording guitar since 2013. And my idea is every time I play it, I record it, everything, mistakes, everything, and I listen back to it. But it's kind of crazy because I never played so much, like, I never had such a large backlog since until this project. Like, my backlog is like 100 some sessions, and I've been modifying this program quite a bit, in particular the defining the frequencies when you play the guitar, like the notes on the screen, the defining the frequencies that like are defined versus the frequencies that you get when you play the guitar and defining the note hit aspect. That's one thing I modified quite recently is the note hit detection, the timing between when you pluck the string and then when you consider a hit or a miss, and that concept of having a games thread in the background. It's quite a lot to consider because you only have a Pygame, a while loop, and Python Pygame. You have one while loop, which is your 60 frames per second that you want to not have as many calculations. Yeah, I mean you want to have as little calculations as possible inside your game loop, and then there's so many things that you have to do to work around that, and that's quite interesting how having to design in a way that impacts performance as little as possible. Caching, of course, you got to cache as much as possible. That way you don't do anything during the game loop. You do it after or before the game loop, and you have something to reference during the game loop from before the game loop. But we're like just about halfway there of the songs being loaded in from the JSON files to the database. Be a couple more minutes. Ironically, it's faster on the Mac M3. I wonder if it's because I don't have overclock on my CPU. But I'm trying to get through this database stuff to have it fix a bug that I was trying to look at. Um, but there may even be another bug that I introduced here. So anyways, feel free to chat or not. I'll be right back. Let this load. All right. So it's 400 some plus however many I just played now, maybe 5 to 10, maybe about 410 or so. Just gotta wait for it all to go through. Well, then even after that, there's more that it's gonna do, more queries and stuff. It's a long process. Maybe it's about 4 months worth of data about that it's syncing up right now. You'll see when I open up the setlist manager that all the dates that I have, because this process, that's what this process is doing, right? It's going through all my previous playthroughs and it's looking at all the data and it's like saying it's putting together all the track lists and all the sessions. Although it doesn't have the session number, I didn't log the session number. What's up? I'm syncing my data, trying to get it fixed a bug on the database side. So I have to delete the database and sync up all the data again. So I'm just waiting for that. See, it's going by the play ID right here. Play ID, this, that. So I'm at 324, less than 100 to go. So it's pretty exciting, huh? I mean, this took me, I don't know, a couple days to get the database, at least. Just understanding how the tables in the database work. It's quite interesting to wrap my brain around that because all this database stuff is done on SQLite right now on this side. There is a server, but my server is more aimed at the user side because each user you log in and have a user ID and things like that. And each user has their own upload directory on the server. So there is a difference between the server and the client that I have going on here. There's communication in this program of synchronizing the files. Right now it's just the JSON files that are going to synchronize between the server and client. And the database is all SQL3. There's my queries going through. You could see some of them. Update song set, times played, average play time, updated. Even the tempo data it's going through right now. Each song has its own tempo data. I find this fascinating, this print. Like I'm not even doing anything right now. Like my hands are up here, right? Like the program, I kicked off this however many minutes ago and it's still going. You should see how I have the lift off function. I could generate as many songs as I want and I call it a lift off. Oh, how many, if I want 100,000 songs? Sure. Click the lift off button and come back and I used to remember how many songs it did within a day, but that's just an experiment. Okay, so the one that also takes a long time to go through is updating the notes to tie in the chord ID for every single note, chord, 2 note, 3 note, because that's a pretty big query. You're updating possibly some 30,000 at least different rows of data. So there is one coming up that will take a second to load. Database and tables created. Looking at, okay, now it's doing the frequency mapping. C frequency mapping chords, drop C, drop D, whatever else. Going through them. It'll take a couple minutes to finish this. But once it's done, we're going to see the bug fix. Updating this is the one that takes a while. Updating the notes table with output note ID from output frequencies table. So this one takes a while because like I said, there's like 30, 40,000 some notes. I don't have the exact number, but this is the step that was failing last time because last time it didn't set the correct. So every chord ID has multiple different versions, or because there's one for each tuning. And so last time it set the wrong tuning, so I had to fix the query to query this to get the tuning for that particular playthrough. So each playthrough, save everything, even the arrangement that you played, as well as what is it? Slipped the top of my head there. The arrangement that you played and something else. There's a lot going on. A lot of trial and error, but yeah, this is the probably the longest query, the single note query, because the single note has most instances. After the single note, you have two chord note and three chord note. That's as high as I go right now. I only go as high as three note chord. I don't go up four, five, six note chords. If you play that many chords, that's well, I don't. I just only play one, two, three, and then I layer it. Sup? Hello. I'm waiting for this database update to finish. It's almost there, so I could look at some data. There's something I updated. So I'm look in particular this output frequencies table has taken me a lot of time to define because defining every single note on the guitar that could happen, right? Every string, every fret combination for one single notes, two chord notes, and three chord notes for six strings and 21 frets. So it's kind of a lot of data that, in particular, I'm going to query, hey, what song or this song, what chords and all that does it have, and what's the frequency of those chords? And you could even see the difference between the tunings. What do I teach? Data science? Trick question. Teaching? I don't know if I teach anything. I just play guitar. Are you familiar with Guitar Hero or Rocksmith, like guitar music rhythm games? So that's what my project is: reading music, writing music, recording music, guitar, and that has a lot of data in it. That's why I'm going through the database every time I play it. It saves a note log of my playthroughs and says, hey, you got this much accuracy, you missed this note, you hit this note, the the tempo of the song was this. Yeah, okay, so the single notes table is done. Now it's updating the two notes table. So it's going through all my logs of all my playthroughs for the past however many months. There we go. Now it's done. For just this year, so 4 months of data from January uh, uh, to May? No, April. So let me go back. I want to open one screen in particular right here. So let's go to March 12th. And then, okay, so I open March 12th, and this is the track list. And then we're going to go to Canon Rock. And then we're going to go to View Output Frequencies. There we go, I fixed it. See, however many minutes ago, this was empty database because I had the database wrong, and now I fixed it. Because out, every output node ID, sorry, every note key, right? This is string 2 fret 15, single note. So every string and fret has, different tunings. You could see, oh, I actually didn't put the tuning. Well, the tuning's right here, E standard. But it's pretty cool, right? So Canon Rock No Sweep, you can see all the string that has the frequencies I defined that this node has. And if I go click it again, I could go through plays, and this is the playthrough of my accuracy or whatever. And I wanted to make this more fun to interpret, like set list recommendations or something like, because I'm kind of getting tired of like coming up with the track list as I play. Um, what I mean is, if I close this, go back to that very squished pancake. Here, let me reset it. Oops. Okay, Anyways, let's go back to what I was doing before. So this is a session menu. I do have a session today. Ooh, I do? Okay. And then we go to the back here. Oh, I do have a set list. Okay, I guess I saved them. And it added all these. Oh yeah, because I did the database sync, it added that. All right, so let me proceed with the flow then, where like I'm on a set list, I'm on a track list, and I'm just gonna play any random song. This is an 8-second song from debugging. I have debug mode on. It's saying I'm getting it 100% accuracy. Hit all the notes. Okay, and that's the unexpected result right there. Is that it's not doing what I thought it should be doing. Synced. Okay, let me try. It should be doing something after you start a song that's not on your set list. It should, let's see if it actually added it. Hold on. Set list. Okay, let's remember this play ID is 438. And I play it. Let's make sure. Let's see what happens. Does it automatically add it? It should be should show the user the set list. So does it add it? Let's see. 438. Do new is true. Okay, session number is negative. Why is that? What? Hold on. Something's off here. Session screen. Oh, wait. Session screen. Sorry, I'm looking at the code. I have to fix something. Session screen. Do news true. Okay. Session number. Session number equals find session number. Okay. Did it not find it? Found session number -1. Oh, wait. Oh, crap. Um, that's funny. That's the exact parameter I told it not to do. Huh, okay, well, for this example, let me, oh man, that's annoying. Because what happened is, when I did the database, it put session number -1, and in the code I said, okay, ignore -1. Because you're not supposed to have -1, that's just the value that I put. Dang it. Uh, yeah, it says the session is completed too. That's not ideal. Um, Let me see. I have an idea. Let me I can either set it to in progress or completed. I'm not sure how I should go about this. Just make a new session. Yeah, let's do that. Let's say look for a session that's not completed. So no session. Session date equals and status equals status doesn't equals completed. See what happens here. In particular, I'm going to look for a non-completed session. There we go. Yeah. So now, because what happened was I didn't consider the status. I want the user to be able to say, hey, when is this session completed? Okay. Um, Status is either to do logic for different. Okay, hold on. To do for pending status versus In progress? Okay. So let me just cancel out of this and start a song over again. So now I should not have a set list and I should not have a session that are synchronized for now because I closed the session previously, even though it's dated today. There we go. No session found. Okay. Session number 40. Okay. Don't have to do set list. It's optional. Set list is now okay. That's uh oh, I have to go a step further. This isn't expected either. Okay, I have to say there's another layer I have to do for the set list. It's look up the session and say look at the status of the session. Check if session exists. Session screen, yes. Oh man, there's another layer that I have to do. Just another query, right? I have to query the set list to see that there's no. Oh man, where in the code is this? It's gonna take me a couple of minutes to. I have the code open in another screen that's not shared on this stream here, so I just have to fix this. So this flow is regarding because before what I had is I had sessions and set lists. I had it one per day, so it goes by the date. But now I'm having to have the status. So I want to be able to complete a session within the same day. And in this case, what's going on is that logic works for the session, but now the set list, what I'm expecting is for the set list to have a new set list made because the previous one for today is completed. So this is the part of where it's supposed to create a set list and have to go back and find it. So select set list from set list where set list ID equals, wait, where do I get that set list ID? Track list ID. Okay, select list where session ID equals today's date. Oh, where session date. Oh, I see. And status doesn't equal. I have to do the same thing. Completed. All right, so now hopefully the set list will be on the same page. So, um, wait, let me query the database real quick. Yes, I gotta look. It has to be a certain condition. I just have to manipulate it really quick. Look at the sessions. Okay, never mind. Let's just try it. Session here. If you look at the session, it's not tied to a set list yet. So it might be good. Let's just see what happens. Or just restart it. So it should be querying me to create a set list. It should find the session and start to try to get the set list tied into the session now. Oh no, didn't. Why not? Found session number -1. Oh, that -1 has something to do with it. Status equals. Oh, I gotta put a breakpoint. So, welcome to programming. Okay, it's gonna pause after the song ends. Let me just try to pause it somewhere in particular. different breakpoints going on. Oh, it didn't even reach that point that I had the breakpoint on. Interesting. Do next step. Nope. Uh, Interesting. It's gonna take me a couple minutes to go through this, is all I can say. Session screen, session manager, set list. Just want to get this one thing, and I'll be happy with that. Okay, session screen, do news, true. Pip open is true. Screen, cancel. Somewhere I broke it. That's all I could say. Its session number is -1. How can I fix that case? 'Cause before I added that scenario to prevent it from continuing. Dang it, I put myself in a corner here. Mission number doesn't equal -1. Dang it. Um, Today's date? No. I'm trying to think. How could I go through this? Mission number doesn't equal -1. How can I fix this? A flow where the session exists, set list doesn't. Mission number is -1. Well, sure. See. That's a session. Has it synced? Screen has synced. Well, I don't know. Let's see. Let's try this. Be nice if it worked. Just a one-off experiment. Let's see what happens. Nope. It's going to say that it has not synced. How will it know? Actually, I have an idea. Doesn't equals -2. I'm going to put the default value for -2. Try it again. So the flow of session exists, set list doesn't exist. Expecting a warning to create the track list, set list. Okay, it's better, but it's not 100%. But it is better. I think I have one more area to update. Yeah. And status. Wait, hold on. Session ID from session and status doesn't equal needed. All right, try again. Now it should prompt me. It should say set list doesn't exist because it does have that set list does have a session tied to it, but the session is completed. So it's going to look for a non-completed one. It should prompt me and say none found. Please create. There we go. No set list found. Um, Let me try to make it more descriptive. No set list found for today's date. That is not completed. Okay, good. All the flows and they all have to work. All right, so I didn't create the set list, I just changed the message. So we're going to see a better message. No set list found for today's date. That is not completed. Please create new set list. Okay. And I hate how I have two windows displayed now. Let's put it back here. Okay, so it should have added the songs that were not on a set list, right? Song IDs, song whatever. These three I played are not on the previous set list. So I should be able to save it. Now it selected 602. Hey, this session ID isn't tied. Oh, what? That's true. I guess I actually don't 100% know what happened here. This set list doesn't have a session. Oh well. Let me try something. Create set list for set list 602. Go back to session. Oh, what happened here? Something didn't close. This isn't good. It didn't close correctly. All right, let's go to. I'll get it eventually. Let's go to session again. And then let's go. Wait, what? Something's off. So session ID 46 is tied to set list ID 47. It updated both of these? Oh man. Change session track list. Checklist can only be changed for planned sessions. Yeah, I know. I put that in place. Well, that might be a bug. It's okay. It's all work in progress. Let's see what the next bug is. If I go back to this menu, close it, and then I go back to the session menu, close it. Strange. Now it's working. How did I get it broken before? And see how it's, yeah, this one's not tied. Setlist 46. Oh, session ID 46 from 47. This one has two. That's not expected. Oh, man. But I don't feel like fixing that. Oh, man. All right. Modify. Let's try something else. Let's do add. Hope. Oh, what happened? Oh, yeah. So to choose the arrangement, you just don't see it there. So I'm going to add song, lead, confirm. See, it's in red. It's not played yet. I can't rearrange it because there's only played and non-played. But if I add another one, add it, add the lead, confirm, I could rearrange the two that I haven't played yet. Let's put declaration first and save it. And then let's go to play next song. Yes, do want to play that. And let's play at 100% speed and see what happens. Hold on. Stopped it for a second. It glitched out because I stopped it. All right. Play at 100% speed. And we're just going to let it take 3 minutes and see what happens. So I should have done a 8-second song. Yeah, let me do an 8-second song. Set list. Modify set list. Add a ghost test. Add the lead arrangement. Confirm. Put it up next. Hold on. Come on, ghost test. Go up there. All right, save it. Play next song. Ghost test. Yes. Start it. I didn't really pay attention to what it looked like beforehand. See, there's that. I'm just gonna leave this open because it's gonna populate in a second. Okay. Well, see, that's what I have to fix next because I just played that song, but it didn't swap its status. But that's my next issue that I'm not going to fix now. I got a to-do note. I know what to do. It should have tracked that one as the next, but it didn't. But that's all right. The workaround now is just, oh, I broke it. It's okay. There's some bug with the modify when I'm switching the states. Anyways, long stream, hour and a half. I'm good. Few people chatting, so I'm calling it. See you later. GG.